Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. Drew with Auditing Reno 911. I'm back at the Washoe County Courthouse following up on security guard Tom and his conviction.
I don't want you taking a photograph.
Too bad.
I'm going to take it away from you.
You're assaulting me, sir. You're assaulting me, sir. You're in a live feed. Please call 911. I've been trying to get the documentation from the courthouse for a week and a half now, roughly, or more. Go back and look at my other videos. Anyways, I keep following up, keep coming back, still trying to get the documentation to see what happened with security guard Tom, so that I can take my next step in holding him accountable, along with Allied Universal and everybody else. So that's what we're here back again. We're going to go upstairs to the district attorney's office, ask for Gary. I was here yesterday, didn't film that one, but talked to the district attorney's office, and they said they'd have somebody get in touch with me with the documentation that I can't get.
Just want to let you know we have a judicial order. You cannot film inside the horseshoe area.
You can't film inside which portion?
This horseshoe area right here. You're welcome to stay outside.
So that's what we're up to. Thanks for following along. If you're new, hit the like, subscribe, do all that happy good stuff. And let's get inside again. What's the difference between the blue shirts and the white shirts?
The white shirt is armed.
Arm is white shirt. Like security guard Tom used to be armed.
Yep.
Did you hear about him? You didn't hear about Tom? Tom used to work at the DMV. And that's why I'm here, is Tom worked at the DMV. And Tom came up to me and grabbed my camera and tried to rip it out of my hands. And laid hands on me because I was filming. So I've had interesting experiences with Allied Universal. But I keep coming through here because I'm trying to get the public records. And I can't go in there with a camera. So I got to give up a right to go get the records, but I refuse to give up my rights. So have a good one, man. Appreciate the answers. I think we're on the 4th floor. Yep, 4th floor. So you have Gary Murrow, I think that's that short little blackout. Hi again. Hello. I was here yesterday, and you gave me the phone number for the attorney's assistant. And I haven't gotten a call back or any response from them. And I remembered the name of the investigator that I was talking to, 10 days ago maybe. Okay. And his name is Gary Murrow. Is he available?
I can check. What was your name again?
My name is Drew, D-R-E-W.
Drew? Okay.
Yep. And you need a last name to pull up that case again?
Sure.
Ribar, R-I-B-A-R.
Okay, let me give him a call.
All that I simply want are all the records on my case.
Okay.
And what happened to how the case proceeded with the filings and all of that stuff. And I can't get that, so.
Okay, let me just see if he's available.
I think it's pretty simple what I'm looking for.
He'll be right with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sir, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, Mr. Rebar?
Yes. What's your name?
Gary.
Gary? Are
Gary
you?
Murrow, M-U-R-O?
Are you the one I talked to the other day? You don't look familiar.
No, I'm the one who, I think I called
You called me, yeah. Okay, it was
Yeah.
the other guy that I talked to then.
Mick Vickers.
Mick Vickers, and then there was a black guy too.
JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I simply want all the documents in the case against the perpetrator where I was the victim.
Yes.
And I can't access those because I refuse to relinquish my freedom of press speech rights
Okay.
to enter the justice court clerk's office.
Okay.
They've refused to make a reasonable accommodation and have the clerk come out and take my information request.
Okay.
So I can't even do that. So how can I get the information that I believe under Marcy's law? Aren't I entitled to that? That's Article 1, Section 8A of the Nevada Constitution, besides being a law. So how do I exercise both of my constitutional rights?
Is that case open? Right?
No, it's been closed.
It's been closed.
September 20, I believe it was, I go check September 13th or 23rd, I forget. The guy that basically came up and grabbed my camera
Okay,
and tried to forcibly part me from my property
I got you.
and push me. So that's, again, why I record,
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
but I can't get the documentation for the process.
So,
And that's simply all that I'm looking for as a victim.
was it a RPD case?
Capitol Police.
That might be,
But the court clerk should have all of the motions, the pleadings, what the court did, all of those things, and that'll tell me everything there.
so I can just tell you, I think it would be different if the case was open, because you'd be assigned like a victim advocate. Normally, if it was a.
Right, but
if it
they're
was
they're
like
supposed to let me know what's going on throughout the process too, and
If the case is closed, that, it kind of, it changes things.
yeah, but I didn't get anything through, I didn't really see anything through the process either.
Do
I
you
thought
know
there
if was it a misdemeanor or a felony? Do you know that that person?
I'm guessing it was a misdemeanor, but that's a guess, so don't take me at that.
I guess as if the case is closed. I was gonna say, because normally when we have someone come in and they request a closed case, they would go to the agency that responded. So normally, right, in this case would be like RPD, you could go to RPD, do a records request, the case is closed, they give you all the stuff.
Right, well, I want the court, they won't have the court records though, and that's what I want.
The court records and, well, I mean, again, that's we are not the keepers of the court records, the
Right.
court is. So if
Right.
you're telling me like, I
But-
don't wanna go to the court to get the court.
Well, no, I do want to go to the court,
Okay.
but they'll arrest me if I go in there with a camera.
You know,
So again, I look at, I don't know what, are you an attorney or just an investigator?
I'm an investigator, sworn investigator, sir,
Okay,
yes.
so I don't know how familiar you are with the Nevada Constitution,
Yes.
but what I look at is Article 1, Section 9, and if you read that, there shall be no law made to abridge the freedom of speech or the press.
Yes. We don't have jurisdiction.
I understand you
for-
don't have
For
it.
Reno's.
So can somebody walk into the court clerk's office and request those documents for me so I can maintain my rights and get the documents I need? How do I get the documents if they won't let me in there?
Well, again, if you're telling me they won't let you film, I can't control them.
Right.
Obviously, you can film here, there's no issue with it.
Right.
Now, if they're saying, hey, we're not gonna let you film, and you don't wanna go in there without a camera, then I don't.
Right,
I don't know,
what's-
I don't know what to tell you, sir.
So I mean, the government's made a law or a court order, same force of law, that says I can't go in that room.
And that's not a decision that.
I understand. I'm just telling you
But that's
what-
the thing. If you want the records.
Right, I'm just telling
can-
you what the difference is in their policy, their court order
Yeah.
that's reached outside of a judge's courtroom that never had any authority over me, that I've never had any interaction with, and now he's affected my rights to get my information regarding my assailant.
100%.
So
I mean, you and I can
So-
agree.
So how do I get my rights other than taking legal action and waiting years to get this information that I need?
Well, I guess I don't know, sir, right? Because, we're not the justice.
No,
court,
I
right?
understand.
And I understand you know that, but, I can't tell you like, hey, this is what you should do, or
Right.
this is what you shouldn't do. If you're saying, well, I could go in there and get the records, but I'm not gonna go in there without a camera, and they tell you, well, can't have a camera, well, then I guess you balance those things yourself, right?
Well, you balance those things and you ultimately have to, what my goal here is to mitigate before I litigate.
100%.
So I mean, I'd rather mitigate it up a tree, down a tree, and that way if I do have to go the other direction, nobody can ever say I didn't try to solve the problem.
I totally agree.
So the judge can't look down at me and go, Mr. Rebar, you're just being an asshole and suing people to sue people. No, sir, I'm just trying to solve a problem.
100%.
So that's why I keep following up.
I totally agree, and that's why I called you. But if you're looking for records that for a place that we don't have jurisdiction.
Can you guys give me any of the records that you've got, like what his full name was and contact information so I can initiate my lawsuit? That's what I'm looking for, is what was my assailant's full name? Can you give me his address?
Can you give me your number again? I can't give you his, like if I have his home address by accessing law enforcement stuff, I can't.
Well, no,
do that, right?
this is just what would be in public records in the court,
Well, I mean,
or what you guys have in your public records. I'm not asking for any private records, just public records. names and addresses are public records. You can go down to the county clerk's office, they let you film in there, and I can go pull up your address if you own property in the county and find out where you are, and you can go find out me, and that's all public accessible records. So I don't see why an
But you don't
address
have
would
his, you don't have his name or?
No, I don't have his full name.
Can I get a number for you? Mr.
It's 775-223-7899.
If you want to hang out, you can. Let me go ask our people if they're in.
Yeah.
And see if I can answer.
Yeah.
I can at least provide you something, so I'm not just telling you, you know, kicking the can down the road.
And I mean, simply, like I said, if I'm not claiming any disability right now, but if you look at the Americans with Disabilities Act as an example, all that I'm asking is for a simple accommodation to uphold my constitutional rights, and they can uphold their court order.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just asking for an accommodation under the Constitution. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah. Then you just want to hang out?
I'll walk around for a minute.
Okay.
Do you know about how long you might be?
5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Okay.
I don't want to keep you.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I don't know if you can read that at all. Bighorn sheep was legally harvested in Nevada by a non-resident hunter in 1991. His mount was seized by the Division of Wildlife, and the hunter was successfully prosecuted by the Washoe County District Attorney's Office in 1996. On loan from the Department of Wildlife to DA's office. My camera. What do we find out?
So, I think you can go online or call Reno Justice Court, so you physically wouldn't have to go in there. WashoueCounty.us, you can go search all cases, and you should be able to find it. Now, they just switched over their Odyssey system, so there could be issues with old closed cases moving over. That or going to the agency, Department of Public Safety. They do have an online that you should be able to go to if you don't want to walk in physically. And you can call, go online to their website, or go in person. But if they're Capitol Police, you know, as a part of the Department of Public Safety, they should be the keeper of those records too.
Okay.
They use a different system than we use.
Right.
Spillman. So it's like basically all state agencies use something different than all of I think the local.
Right.
agencies.
Nobody can be on the same page.
Yeah.
Why
Exactly.
do we want that for our government?
So so that's what I found out for you, sir.
Okay. So,
You have my number.
yeah,
If
I've
you
got
wanna-
your card.
If you want to call me anytime.
Yeah, I just simply I just want the document so I can go find
Totally get it.
and have the person that assailed me and have him served,
And I'm
and
trying,
we
and if
can
you're
move
worried
that
about going
process
in
forward.
on person, I mean, most things can do.
No, I prefer being in person. I prefer interacting with the government because part of what I'm trying to accomplish by filming is I'm trying to make changes in government so that government is more accountable and friendly to the people.
100%.
Because what I've seen, especially since the pandemic, is government's become less friendly to the people.
Well, hopefully you didn't feel that way on this.
No, I'm feeling good with our interaction.
Okay.
And if you go watch my videos, you'll see the people comment on it. I let them decide.
Yeah.
It ain't me. It's everybody watching this stuff, and that's the purpose of doing it. Is if there's a big enough voice, then government may listen to us.
Yeah.
And I don't think that government in general does listen.
I got you. I understand.
That's my, my personal feelings.
I got you.
And we all know what feelings are
is there
like.
anything else that I can?
That's it. So I guess the only way to do it is to not interact with government, but to send them a letter and try to get them to give me the documents that way.
You know, I'm just trying to help you out.
I
So get
appreciate
you,
I appreciate that and your demeanor,
I
man.
appreciate you, sir. Okay,
Thank
you have a good day.
You too. So there's the answer for that one, I guess. The only way to do it is to send a letter or do something like that. You can't do anything in person if you're gonna record them doing it. But he had a good affable personality, so that's a positive thing, I guess. Although I didn't achieve what I needed. Okay, thanks for watching today. I appreciate your time, appreciate your interest in my little story here. And make some comments, ding the dinger, subscribe, like it, all that other happy stuff to hopefully get my story out a little further. And if you want to make some change, go ahead and contact the local government, contact the people that I was just talking to, let them know what you think. Reach out and engage with the government so we can make some change in this country and bring the government back to the people and for the people as opposed to against the people. I think that's the biggest problem that I see. Anyways, I will see y'all again when I see you.